welcome back to yet another episode of the Crafty Kitchen. Today, what I'm going to show you how to make on the truck are mini egg frittatas. These are, again, super easy, just like we like everything we make on the truck to be. You can pretty much customize these to however you want with the ingredients that you put in them. So let's get started. All right, so the ingredients I'm going to use today, I'm going to use eggs. I'm going to use salt and pepper, bell pepper, onion. I've got some Canadian bacon, cheese, baby spinach, heavy whipping cream, and I'm also going to use some olives. Now, like I said, this recipe, you can pretty much put any ingredients that you want to put in. The main ingredients for the recipe is eggs, milk, but I'm using heavy whipping cream. We don't have any low-fat milk, so I'm going to substitute that with the heavy whipping cream and salt. That's really the only three ingredients that is specified for this recipe. All the rest of the ingredients are your choice of what you want to add to the egg to bake in. Now, this recipe I'm going to be making in the convection oven, but you can make this in a toaster oven. If you have the Ninja cooking system, you can make it in that. You could probably even make it in an Aroma, the Burton lunchbox, or possibly even a rice cooker. You just need to adapt it to whatever cooking method that you have on the truck. Obviously, I realize not everybody has a big sleeper like us and has a convection oven. But that should not deter you from making good, healthy food on the truck. So I'm going to get these ingredients measured out here, and then we'll come back and get started making this recipe. All right, so I've got all our ingredients measured out here, cut up, ready to go. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the convection oven on and get that preheating to 350. We're going to bake these at 350 for 20 to 25 minutes. And just like everything else, I'm going to start out with the 20 minutes, and then we'll check it. If we need to bake it a little longer, we can. So let me get the oven preheating, then we'll get to mixing this all together. All right, so I've got our oven preheating, and what I'm going to do before I start mixing everything here, I'm going to spray my muffin tin. Now, what I use for a lot of stuff that we cook with are these disposable aluminum tins. They come in a number of sizes. They've got the muffin tins, they've got cake pans, rectangle pans. You know, these are great in the truck. We're fortunate we have a sink and I can wash dishes. But if I can get away with using a disposable tin, that just makes cleanup a lot easier, and it saves me from using up our water. You know, we only have a limited amount of water that our tank holds before we have to refill it up. So if I can get away with using a disposable pan, I would much rather do that than use a permanent pan and have to wash it. So again, you can get these at Walmart. Most grocery stores carry these. Probably Walmart's the cheapest place to get them. And these are great too. You know, a lot of you with regular sleepers that don't have sinks to wash things in, these work great. You just, once you're done with it, you toss it. You don't have to worry about cleanup or hauling it in to the truck stop to wash it in the bathroom sink. So these are really great. I highly recommend using these if you're going to be cooking on the truck. So what we're going to do first, we're going to spray the tins with some cooking spray. I'm just using Pam organic olive oil cooking spray. You can use whatever kind you'd like. So we're just going to give each little slot here a good spray so our eggs don't stick to this pan when we're cooking it. All right, we got that. We'll set that aside. Now we're going to mix our ingredients together here. So we're going to start with our eggs. I'm just going to crack those here in this bowl. Get everything mixed up. And like I said before, the great thing with this recipe is you can put whatever ingredients you want in it. You know, the sky's the limit. Whatever you like, you can make it different ways by changing up the ingredients. It's really a great, easy recipe, you know, simple to do. And like I've told y'all many times before, the simpler the recipe and the less ingredients, the better for me. All right, so we've got our eggs in there. We're gonna add our heavy whipping cream. And I'm just gonna mix this in. I usually use a fork for eggs. I have a whisk, and you can use that too. You know, whatever you like to mix your eggs up with, that's fine. Sometimes I just find it's easier to do it with a fork. So we're gonna just get this all mixed good together here. Blend it up. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add my salt and pepper. And this, you know, you can just salt and pepper to taste. And this, you know, you can also use other spices if you like. Whatever kind of spices you want, use whatever you like. Little pepper. All right, let's get that mixed in. So, once we've got this mixed up here, we're gonna pour the mixture evenly into our muffin tins. That looks good. All right, so we're gonna take our muffin tin here and we're gonna kind of pour evenly into each one some egg mixture. And you know, if it ain't perfect, that's fine. It's not gonna make it taste any different if it's not even and beautiful. So that's looking really good and even there. All right, so once we've got that, now we're gonna add our ingredients. Basically, you're just gonna take whatever ingredients you want and add them into your mixture. So I've got some baby spinach here, and I'm just taking the leaves and kind of tearing that up to get down in there so I don't have big chunks of leaves in my eggs. So we'll just tear some of those up there. Oops, that one's all right. All right. Looking good already. All right, so, and then like I said, I've got some bell pepper. I'm gonna put a little bell pepper in each one. And again, you know, this measurements do not have to be precise on this. You just put however much you want of whatever ingredients you want. Make it your own. I've got some onion. Get that in there. Looking good. All right. I chopped up some Canadian bacon. Add that. And as you can see, as you're adding your ingredients, they kind of sink down into the egg, so which is great, so you don't have to go back and stir it in. It's gonna mix in there, kind of sink down in there on its own. All right, and then I've got some sliced olives. Or sliced black olives. I'm gonna put in there, a few in each one. The great thing about this recipe too is you can make a batch of these or a couple batches of these, and you can freeze them. So, you know, you can make enough for a week for a breakfast, and each day, you know, take one out of the freezer and heat it up, or even eat it cold. You know, some things are good cold just as well as they're good heated up. So that's a really good thing about this recipe. To top this off, we got everything here now. I'm going to top it off with some cheese. I've just grated up some sharp cheddar cheese. So I'm just going to top each one of these with some cheese here. Oop, there's our oven. It's beeping that it's preheated, just almost in time here. All right. Oh, these are going to be so good. All right, that's looking really, really good. So our oven's preheated. So I'm gonna pop these in the oven. Again, I'm gonna let them bake for the 20 minutes and then I'll check them. If I need to go a little bit longer, I can. And you know, you'll just have to figure out with whatever cooking method you're using, how long and to cook those for. One thing I did message, you know, you can cook this stuff at home too. Just because you're not on a truck, that don't mean you can't cook these in a regular oven at home. So that's really good too. So I'm going to pop these in the oven. Look at that, looking really, really good. and we'll be back here in about 20 minutes and see how they're doing. All right, guys, our 20 minutes up. So let's pull these out and take a look, see how they're doing. Oh, wow, those look amazing. Let's see here. Get these out, take a look. Wow, what do you think? Those look awesome. Let me get the camera turned around here and we'll take a better look. All right, guys, here they are. They're looking really good. I'm just gonna stick a toothpick in here just to make sure I don't need to do that additional 5 minutes. Yep, looks like the egg is cooked all the way through. My toothpick's coming out clean. So that 20 minutes was perfect. I'm gonna leave the recipe in the description box below for y'all. It's, again, super easy. You're basically customizing these to however you want. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. You can email us, find us on Facebook and Instagram, and we'll catch you in the next video. Thanks, guys.